Well, here's my complaint for today. Some of you may think I'm a chronic complainer, but I think that just means that you're not paying close enough attention to what's going on in the country today. There's an old saying that government which governs least governs best. We're about to, we're fast approaching just the opposite of that. The government which governs most governs worst. Now, it's not only in Washington that these things are happening. That fool of a mayor in New York, who those idiots keep electing, is now trying to govern how much soda they can buy at one time. And this is just one symptom of what's going on. We're supposed to have a representative government, a representative republic, but those people in Washington really don't represent us anymore. They just don't listen. Recently, uh, they passed a renewal of the Export-Import Bank, which most people were against. Now, when all's said and done, that's probably going to cost us $40 billion. But again, they don't care. All they worry about is getting reelected. At the same time, there is there are certain Arab countries we're giving aid. Uh, why we're giving aid to anybody, I don't understand, because we're in such bad financial shape ourselves that maybe they should start giving us some help. These Muslim countries that we're giving aid to, we were giving aid to Kuwait. Why are we giving aid to Kuwait and these Arab countries in the Gulf there? They're awash in oil money. Why do they need ours? Have these people in Washington no sense at all? No sense of responsibility to their people, to the people they're supposed to represent? It doesn't seem like it. And there was a report that just came out that's, the Republicans are always crying that Obama is a spendthrift. But since the Republicans have had control of the House, where all revenue bills must originate, since they've been in power, the debt has gone up $1.59 trillion. It seems like there are spendthrifts in both parties. And this is because these people are entrenched in there, and they actually, what it amounts to is vote buying. So I have a suggestion for you. When you go to the polls, if your congressman has been in Congress for two terms, vote him out. 4 years is enough time for them to mess things up. As for senators, one term is enough for them. 6 years is time enough to do plenty of damage, and they do. That's what they do. So when you go to the polls this November, it doesn't matter what party they're from. If they've been there, if your congressman's been there 2 terms, out he goes. Don't vote for any any incumbent senators, because 6 years is enough for them. I mean, we've seen that recently. Lugar got voted out after 36 years, I think it is, and he hadn't even been living in Indiana for over 30 years. He was living in Washington. He had no right to even be a senator. So, and it looks like Hatch is next on the agenda. He's probably going to get kicked out too. And John Boehner, he's been there long enough. You people in Ohio, throw him out because as Speaker of the House, he's a complete failure as far as I'm concerned. And it should be, you should really feel the same because he's presided over adding 1.59 trillion to the national debt. It's a disgrace. That's more than 1.59 trillion is more than was incurred in debt between 1789 and 1994. So there's an example of your thrifty Republicans. If they've been there 2 terms, throw them out. We'll never get term limits through the Congress, so you'll have to do it on your own. You use your initiative for once, and don't just walk into the polling booth and vote for the same guy all over again. Yeah, he's got power, and maybe he can bring something back to your district. But this is a point. At this point, you should start asking, what did he do for the country, not what did he do for the district. I mean, this country is in great peril. The debt is mounting so fast. Oh, and by the way, I've been trying to find out for a month now. Congressman Ryan has proposed a budget which doesn't balance the budget until 2040. I mean, that's a joke. I've been trying to find out for a month now how much his budget adds to the national debt before it balances in 2040. That's 28 years of debt that's going to accumulate. We're going to drown in interest. Well, not me, because I won't be around then. But nobody will tell me how much his budget will add to the debt. I've called his office several times. I've called the House Budget Committee. Either they don't know, which mystifies me. Ryan is the author of this budget. Nobody in his office seems to know, and nobody at the House Budget Committee office knows either. I've been sending them faxes every day, sometimes more than one, but they're still ignoring me. So nobody in Congress seems to be interested in the dire straits that the country is in. They have a Washington attitude about the debt, and that attitude is, we don't care. Let's get elected, get reelected, so we can stay here and have all the privilege that come with with this office. And they have a subsidized restaurant at taxpayer expense. They have subsidized haircuts at taxpayer expense. They have cushy retirement packages, all on the backs, of taxpayers, 99% of whom make a lot less than they do. So I think it's time for a big change in Washington. Let's throw out a bunch of them. Again, as happened in 2010. And maybe that'll get their attention. Although some of the people that we put in 2010 are just as bad as the ones that have been there forever. So that's my advice. Tell them to stop throwing our money away to countries. They spend $30 billion on foreign aid, and probably 90% of it winds up in Swiss bank accounts, and the rest goes to people that hate us. So let's this November, let's go in there and get rid of a bunch of them. Maybe if we keep doing this every 2 years, it'll make an impact after a while. So that's my complaint for today. I'll be back. Oh, wait a minute. Don't. Here's the. Almost forgot this. Here's where you can find out who your congressman is and how to get in touch with them. That's the top one. The bottom one is my email address, where you can contact me. Okay, that's it for today. And thanks for watching, and I will be back.